And I'm back. This is where I explore useless stuff and bore you with it, from history, science, and anything you can find on the internet. My name is Maggie from the Orients, and on with the show. Nestled in the lap of the Himalayas, Nepal is a land of mystique and wonder, home to a rich tapestry of culture, religion, and tradition. From its towering peaks to its vibrant cities, this small but mighty country has captured the hearts of adventurers and scholars alike for centuries. But beyond the natural beauty and ancient temples lies a story shrouded in mystery, a tragedy that shook the very foundations of the Nepalese monarchy. It is a story of power, betrayal, and heartbreak, one that has remained a haunting enigma for more than 2 decades. Let us delve into the dark and mysterious events that unfolded within the walls of the Narayanhity Palace, where the fate of an entire nation was forever changed. This is the story of the Nepalese royal massacre. Nepal is a small but diverse country located in South Asia, known for its majestic Himalayan mountains, ancient temples, and rich cultural heritage. One of the most famous tourist spots in Nepal is Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world, which attracts thousands of mountaineers and trekkers every year. Other popular destinations include the historic city of Kathmandu, the picturesque lakeside town of Pokhara, and the wildlife-rich Chitwan National Park. In terms of its political, social, and economic status, Nepal is a federal parliamentary republic that has recently undergone a major political transformation. In 2015, a new constitution was adopted, which established Nepal as a federal democratic republic with a multi-party system. However, the country has been facing a number of political and social challenges, including ongoing conflicts with ethnic minorities, rising levels of corruption, and a struggling economy. Nepal is a religiously diverse country, with Hinduism being the dominant religion, followed by Buddhism, Islam, and Christianity. The country's rich cultural heritage is reflected in its many festivals and celebrations, which are an important part of Nepalese life. Despite the challenges it faces, Nepal remains a fascinating and enchanting destination that continues to captivate visitors from around the world. The night of June 1, 2000, began with a family dinner in the palace, on the grounds of the Narayanhity Palace. The residents of the Nepalese monarch, Prince Dipendra, arrived in an inebriated state at a private dinner party in the palace. Crown Prince Dipendra was reportedly upset with his parents' refusal to accept his choice of bride, Divyani Rana. He left the dinner early when he got into an argument with a fellow guest, and was escorted back to his chambers by his brother and cousin. He was reported to have made a few phone calls that night with Divyani Rana, who mentioned that his speech was slurred. Instead of retiring, he emerged from his room in full army gear, armed with 3 guns, including an M16 assault rifle. The Crown Prince then entered the throne room, some sources say the billiard room, where his father, King Birendra, and other members of the royal family were gathered. He opened fire, killing his father, mother, and several other family members. The exact sequence of events that followed is still unclear, but it is believed that the Crown Prince then turned the gun on himself, causing a fatal wound. The massacre resulted in the death of King Birendra, Queen Aishwarya, and several other members of the royal family, as well as some palace staff. The investigation into the Nepalese palace massacre was carried out by a team of Nepalese authorities, with the assistance of international experts. Crown Prince Dipendra Bikram Shah Dev was born into a life of privilege and prestige, destined to become the future king of Nepal. He was the eldest son of King Birendra and Queen Aishwarya of Nepal, and was born on June 27, 1971. He was the second in line to the throne of Nepal, after his father. He was groomed for greatness from a young age, educated in the finest institutions in Nepal, at the Bidhanalkantha School in Kathmandu, and later at Eton College in the United Kingdom, and trained in the art of diplomacy and military affairs. Dipendra was an accomplished sportsman, and he excelled in swimming, horse riding, and shooting. He was also interested in music and was a skilled guitarist. In addition to his athletic and musical talents, Dipendra was appointed to several ceremonial positions within the Nepalese government. Reports indicate that Dipendra was infuriated when his parents rejected his choice of bride, Devyani Rana. Devyani Rana, who was reportedly the romantic interest of Crown Prince Dipendra, is a member of the Rana family. She is the daughter of Pashupati Shamsher Jang Bahadur Rana, who was the great-grandson of Jang Bahadur Rana, the first Rana Prime Minister of Nepal. Devyani Rana's family history and connections to the Rana dynasty made her a controversial figure in Nepal. The era when the Ranas took over running the country and imprisoned the Shahs is known as the Rana period in Nepalese history. This period lasted from the mid-19th century until the 1950s. The Ranas were a powerful political family who rose to power in Nepal in 1846, after a successful coup d'etat led by Jang Bahadur Rana. Jang Bahadur Rana declared himself the Prime Minister of Nepal and established a hereditary prime ministerial system of government that would last for over a century. Under the Rana regime, the Shah monarchs were reduced to mere figureheads with no real power or authority. The Ranas wielded absolute power and ruled Nepal with an iron fist, suppressing any opposition and maintaining a tight grip on the country's political and economic systems. The Ranas were known for their authoritarian rule and lavish lifestyle, which was funded by the exploitation of Nepal's resources and people. They lived in opulent palaces and indulged in extravagant luxuries, while the majority of the population lived in poverty and squalor. During the Rana period, the Shah monarchs were imprisoned and kept under tight control by the Ranas. The last Shah monarch to reign during this period was King Tribhuvan, who was placed under house arrest by the Ranas in 1949. In 1950, King Tribhuvan managed to escape and fled to India, where he sought refuge and support to overthrow the Rana regime. The Rana period came to an end in 1951, when King Tribhuvan returned to Nepal. With the support of the Indian government and the Nepali people, he declared an end to the Rana regime and established a constitutional monarchy in Nepal, ushering in a new era of democracy and political reform. There have been various unproven theories and conspiracy theories surrounding the Nepalese royal massacre of 2001. Political conspiracy theory. This theory suggests that the massacre was a politically motivated act carried out by someone or some group seeking to gain power or influence in Nepal. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, and the official investigation found no evidence of any political motive behind the killings. While there have been political tensions and power struggles in Nepal, there is no evidence to suggest that the massacre was politically motivated. Royal family feud theory. This theory suggests a feud or power struggle within the royal family, which led to the massacre. Some have suggested that Crown Prince Dipendra may have been acting on behalf of other family members who wanted to eliminate their rivals for the throne. However, there is no credible evidence to support this theory, and the official investigation found no evidence of any such feud or power struggle. The theory also contradicts the official investigation's conclusion that Crown Prince Dipendra acted alone in carrying out the massacre. Foreign involvement theory. Some have suggested that foreign powers, such as India or the United States, may have been involved in the massacre in some way, possibly as part of a larger political or strategic agenda. It is important to note that these theories are unproven and lack credible evidence to support them. The official investigation concluded that Crown Prince Dipendra was solely responsible for the massacre, and that there was no evidence of any other individuals or groups being involved. There is another theory dating back to the first of the Shahs. Prithvi Narayan Shah was a king who ruled the Kingdom of Nepal from 1743 until his death in 1775. He is widely regarded as the founder of modern Nepal, as he united the various small kingdoms in the region to form the Kingdom of Nepal that we know today. His conquests and unification efforts were instrumental in establishing Nepal as a unified, sovereign nation with a distinct identity and culture. Prithvi Narayan Shah is considered a hero by many Nepalese people for his contributions to the country's history and legacy. In Nepal, dating back to 1769, when Prithvi Narayan Shah conquered the three kingdoms and declared himself monarch, a tale has been told of a fateful encounter between the king and a sage or mystic. As the king marched into the Kathmandu Valley, he stumbled upon a holy man and offered him some yogurt. The sage tasted it and declared it blessed, But when the king refused to eat it after the sage had already tasted it, he threw it on the ground. Little did the king know that this act of pride would have dire consequences for his dynasty. The sage chastised the king and prophesied that if he had eaten the yogurt, every one of his wishes would have been granted. But instead, the yogurt splashed across the king's 10 toes, sealing the fate of his dynasty to fall after 10 generations. Fast forward to modern times, and the Nepalese people still hold on to this legend as a prophecy that predicted the fall of the Shah dynasty. The death of King Birendra, the 11th ruler of the Shah dynasty, was seen as the fulfillment of the prophecy and was inevitable. Throughout the history of Nepal's monarchy, one theme has remained constant: the role of the family in shaping the country's destiny. From the Shah dynasty's founding family to the Ranas and their ruthless control of the country, family dynamics have played a significant role in Nepali politics. However, the tragic events of the Nepalese royal massacre of 2001 showed the darker side of family conflict. The massacre shook the country and demonstrated the devastating consequences that can arise from unresolved family tensions. Nepal has undergone immense changes, both good and bad. The Nepalese royal massacre of 2001 will forever be a tragic chapter in Nepal's history. Despite the tragedy, Nepal has continued to grow and evolve. The video is done, but hold on just a few minutes for me. Do you know that Nepal is the only country in the world that does not have a quadrilateral-shaped flag? The shape symbolizes the Himalayan mountains, and according to an article in Suboxy, it is the most beautiful flag in the world. What do you think? I am from the Philippines, so I am a bit biased. We have quite a beautiful flag, if I do say so myself.